Hey there, Reflectors. Thanks for joining me for your intuitive reading. If you're new to the channel, I do my readings with tarot, oracle cards, and sometimes runes, and I base them on your human design type. My readings are non-date specific, so if it resonates with you at the time, then it's your reading. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing I saw when himself appeared is circuitry. I saw it's like something wasn't working, the strand of Christmas lights had all gone out because like one thing wasn't working, and it's like suddenly it's all connecting. You're hooked up, you're lit up. See, like your heart chakra, your third eye, your crown, it's all lit up. And you're sort of just taking in this energy, there is this feeling of you're really, really drained, and whatever you have just done has really increased your life force. It makes you want to say, like, I'm back, baby. And there's this new sense of freedom. Like before you just felt like you couldn't go, you couldn't leave, you couldn't get out, and you couldn't have your independence, you couldn't stand up for yourself. And now it's like it just feels like you busted out and you're free, you're lit up, it's like a new you, completely new you. And there's this sense from your guides that whatever you have just accomplished, and especially if it's related to the past few reflector readings that I've done, you've done a tremendous job navigating those troubled waters. Good work. So it's interesting. So this is like so free and, like roaming the plains. I don't normally see this card this way, but today it came out reversed. He's usually, this is usually the Romeo card, but today the way I saw him, especially, it's almost like he's in a fetal position, and our fetal position, when you're not feeling well and you just lay down and sort of, either you're trying to get warm or you have a tummy ache or something, many people will revert to this fetal position to feel safe, to feel better. And this is what you're moving away from. That's where you were. That's a huge difference. From this contracted state of being to you busted open. You're free. It's an amazing contrast. You are moving away from that struggle, the feeling that you'd never leave the cold, that you felt so isolated in the situation, like you're trying to find a way out on your own. You're beyond that now. Like you actually figured it out. And you've reached beyond the despair and the hopelessness. This is sort of, I think this is you, well, similar, I guess, to this. Do you see this sort of confidence? perched up on the hill. It's like alert and watchful, but not overly stressed. It's like this new confidence, this new, you have a new a sense of self-assurance. And the hare is often about being committed and kind. It's like sometimes the really difficult challenges we go through, the dark nights of the soul, allow us to better empathize with others and have compassion for humanity. The hare is often known for, I think you've probably seen like old-timey cartoons of like the boxing hares. This feels like with what you've been through, you understand it so well that if you met someone else in a similar situation where they felt trapped in some sort of dynamic, whether it was a romantic relationship, a job, something that felt demeaning, abusive, threatening, you felt locked in a situation that really was not only serving you, but harming you, that you would go to bat for them, that you would be willing to share your personal story to allow them to know that they're not alone and to help them see you are a living example that you can get through it, that you can get out, that you can move past that, you can have this new sense of freedom. It will be good to be careful. This is the soul shrinker. As much as we have anger towards the people that have done us wrong, and they have, and I'm not saying that you should sugarcoat what happened and say that they're a great person, but if you can, rise above it and you can speak the truth, but try not to, as much as you can, though you may have been a victim in the situation, try not to attach yourself to the story of victimhood and badmouth the person that you think was the perpetrator. Usually when we direct some sort of malice at others, it comes back to us, multiplied. So it's just a reminder to really focus on what's going on that's really good in your life, this new life force, emotional fulfillment, freedom. Like focus on all of that and less on what happened. Take the higher vibration of those two options. Go with that. And as, this could be happening now, although this is extremely fast, or, it could happen in months to come, but a new attraction might come in for you. Someone you feel really drawn to. And when we get over traumatic situations and relationships, we can be gun shy, really hesitant to allow ourselves to be open, allow people to get close. We keep this fortress or wall up. You're not sure if you can trust again. The thing to remember is that what you've just gone through and what what you've successfully made it to the other side of was a test in your life, and clearly you've passed the test. You do not have to relive that. You do not need to draw a similar situation back into your life. So if you trust in that, if you believe in that, then you can allow yourself to be a bit more open, be a bit more trusting, and trust your intuition. When it feels right, you'll know that it's safe. And what comes next for you could be really next level, something you haven't experienced yet, something that is much more profound, very deep, where you feel more in alignment, more empowered in a dynamic with somebody than you ever have before. And remember that because you've gone through this situation, you're stronger now, and you know all the warning signs to look for. So, you can go in with confidence knowing that, you would be able to break the pattern. Like, if there was something that wasn't quite right, you would recognize it and you would bust out and do your own thing. So I guess it's just, this is a time of adjustment, to adjusting to your newfound life force and freedom. It's super exciting. You're adjusting to the good in your life instead of the trauma, the struggle, all of that, that feeling of being contracted to protect yourself. That is really changing now, and you just need to adjust. And but it's very exciting. Like, you did it. You made it through a really difficult time, and again, good job. So I hope that this resonates with you. Leave me some comments leave me some comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you next time. Take care.